and population control can be waged by the same people that we talked about a few minutes ago.
I have a question. What do you think about forced medical insurance, which is being translated as this great breakthrough in the United States, but people still have to pay for this insurance?
Yeah, it's a lot of crap. Totally. The KKR, Kohlberg, Kravitz, and Roberts, was in last night's movie as part of the gross economic deception and the manipulation to create the economic collapse of America. Kohlberg, Kravitz, and Roberts are at the forefront of healthcare reform in America. They are the engineers, the architects. They stand poised with their investments in the equity investment organizations to capitalize off of humanity's intoxication and premature demise. So my family, as I said, very healthy, praise the Creator for that and the blessings that we have that sustain us. It's not medicine. We don't have medical insurance. We don't believe in it. The paradigm is sick, and it's sickening. So we choose to opt out.
No, I totally get that. However, if in fact in 2014, if God forbid, this gets legalized, truly legalized, and starts running amok, what happens is that people are saying, oh, isn't that a great thing? Everybody in America gets insurance. No, you're not getting it. You're paying for it. You're being forced to pay for it. I mean,
it's a form of slavery. It's actually a form of genocide. Under the guise of health and public health, they're administering the mass population intoxication and population reduction that is most profitable and most covert.
So for bioenergetic medicine, for this other paradigm of health, that means all the remedies are totally different. So what are we all going to do? What are you going to do if they force you to buy this insurance?
Well, I'm not interested. I won't do it. You know, again, I have to question right now. I'm scheduled to speak at some conferences coming up this January, February, and I have to fly. And the reality is that they're now increasingly forcing people through these X-ray devices, and less now, apparently, they're giving people the options even to be physically abused. You know, that's the option. You can get pat down or you can get irradiated, your choice. So everything is increasingly turning fascist. We, the people, have got to assert our God-given right to choose. You take away the right of choice, increasingly you have increasing fascism, slavery, and this is what we're witnessing. I am increasingly working with the community. We're establishing a sustainable permacultural community, kind of like a little village in Hawaii, on the big island of Hawaii. We grow our own. We want to be off the grid as much as possible. And, you know, I think that we're entering into a period of time where if you go along with the rest of the sheep, you're going to end up being slaughtered en masse. And I think that those who are wise will heed this advice. It's time to drop out. The system is not only dysfunctional, it's deadly. And if you want to have sustainability and a brighter future for your children and your children's children, we need a complete paradigm shift. We can no longer rely on the petrochemical pharmaceutical cartel, the military medical industrialists, to dictate what life in our modern culture is to be like. We've got to go back to basics. We've got to celebrate the Aboriginal, the wisdom of the elders, the holy persons that for millennia sustained their people with knowledge and wisdom right in their backyard, the herbs, the botanicals. You know, I'm also a minister, and one of my doctorates, I have an honorary doctorate in missionary medicine. It's about wherever you are, looking at the environment, looking for water, looking for sustaining herbs and botanicals that you can grow. And there's so much in nature's bounty. And I can tell you one thing, that if you go into fear, you're going to get nowhere. If you go into faith, you get everything. Everything is a function, the manifestation of prosperity. It's like part of the concept that I'm working on in my new book is the wisdom of Jesus that said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, then all else shall come to you." Well, this concept of a kingdom of heaven is what now we're having revelations. The kingdom of heaven in the religious world is very akin to the musical mathematical matrix in the world of physics. And so this is a vibration. It's, like I said earlier, a divine communion, an opportunity to have your heart and your pineal gland receive the signals from the divine source, far more intelligent than we are, that will be there, that always is there, that shall always be there for us in a time of need, and is contracted. That's part of the energetic spiritual contract that Christianity and Judaism talk about, Muslims talk about it. Those who are faithful are under a contract with the boss, the Godfather, if you will. And that's then the Godfather's problem to give us what it is that we need to be sustained, uplifted, and healed. I'm right now actually working on, even further than that, the concept of understanding this prophesied gathering of 144,000 special servants of the Creator that are sealed, protected by the Creator in these end times to administer the truth that shall set humanity free and bring about the spiritual transformation, the paradigm shift, or the Messianic age in Christianity and Judaism. That concept of sealing, how do you become sealed, protected, as we go through this hideous time in history where it's like fulfilling the book of Psalms 91, where it says 10,000 may be dying at your left, 1,000 will be dying at your right, but with you and your faith and your joy and your love for the Creator, you shall walk, yea, though we walk through this valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear nothing, because we're engaged in that love cocoon, in that protection, in that sealing of divine protection. That's what I'm working on right now, and I think for my family and I, my friends, the people that we serve, that's what they want to know right now.
I think that's a great question. Fabulous question. What do you think about the bill in the Senate that wants to make it illegal to grow your own food and collect your own seeds?
Well, again, it's part of this picture of fascism. Because, you see, nature's bounty is so bountiful and so healing and so paradigm shifting when we really know what it's about. And because we're right now having an exponentially accelerating spiritual renaissance, people more than ever are increasingly opening their hearts and their heads to this truth that shall ultimately set everyone free. And that deals with the 528 Love Revolution. 528loverevolution.com is a good source. You go to also love528.com for musicians, and you learn about this. And just realize we just launched I-528 Tunes. When the Inception movie came out, interestingly, 2 days before the Inception movie came out, the middle of July, we launched I528tunes.com and 528records.com. And the Inception movie, which was supposed to be the biggest blockbuster of the summer, it mentions 528 6 times in the movie.
Wow.
Most of the action in the end of the film takes place in room 528. And that was all done based, again, on my work and people with whom I'm working, having this esoteric or metaphysical knowledge involving music and consciousness. That's what the movie is largely about. It's that versus the other piece of what we've been talking about, the globalists, the corporate fascists, the economists that are working for the banksters. And this whole movie featured industrial espionage for the world's wealthiest. So this concept, when you play 528, it's like that metaphor I gave you earlier. You throw a pebble into a pond and watch the waves radiate to the farthest shores. given